Hello guys, from a damp evening here in Kyoto, and today we're going to be taking the smallest metro system in Japan, which is the Kyoto Subway system. Now, it's not the shortest line. There is a line that's shorter in Nagoya, but for an overall system, this is the smallest in Japan. It's 31 stops in total and around 31 kilometers in total length. You've got two lines, one that goes from north to south and another that goes from west to east, but when it goes east it also kind of goes south. But we're currently at Kujo station, K12 on the subway, and we're only going to go one stop, guys, because I don't really need to go anywhere on this one. So far, very typical looking metro station for Japan. These sort of white tiles, they love that sort of design. I guess it's easy to clean. So we're only going to be taking one stop today. We're just going to be going to Kyoto main station, which is where basically if you're going to come into the city via any other sort of train, you're going to end up in Kyoto main station, and then from there you can get on the metro and you can basically get anywhere. So the one that intersects at Kyoto station goes from north to south, but you can always ride this one further north, and then there's another metro system that goes west to east and then also south. I'll show you right here. So we're currently here in Kujo, and we're just going to take the one stop north to Kyoto. But if you keep riding that up, you can then get to Karasuma Oike, and then you can go all the way across. And like I said, it goes across to east and then it goes south. Sort of curls back in on itself. But there are different lines here as well. There's different things you can take, but the actual metro itself is just two lines, and the others here are possibly private railways, as it says there. Railway network map, municipal subway and private railways. So the subway is the big one here with the big lines shown, and the rest will be different private ones. Right, let's buy ourselves a ticket and get on this thing and see what it looks like, because from what I see, every train that you get on the metros here is always slightly different. There's always a little bit of a different design, which is nice to see. And the ticketing system is usually very similar. It follows a similar pattern, so we'll go English at the top. Sometimes they have a physical button on the side, but the layout is very similar. Ticket. Right, what we can do, I know it's going to be the least because we're only taking one stop. What you can do is you can look here. So we're here, we're going there. We're here, we're going there. That's 220. That'll be the discounted rate. Oh, there's a spider. 220. So we know we need a 220 ticket. And I have the coinage. I came prepared. There's 2. There's 10. Oh. And there's 20. And there's our little ticket, little paper ticket. And then what we do is we just go over to the barriers, put that through, it'll punch a hole in it to show that your ticket's activated, and then you can use that to get out the station. Jolly good. And now you'll see there's a little hole in that. And now we need to get ourselves down to the station, and there'll be obviously two sides, and we just need to double check which train we need to get on, because I'm not sure which one's going where. Right, so from here we can actually see it shows on the top here of the signage, platform 2 is for Kyoto, Shijo, Karasuma Oike, Koko, Saikekan. But we're going to Kyoto, so we know we're going to that one. We don't need to go that side. But you can also see, it's actually usually pretty clearly laid out in the stations. They laid out in different ways. Sometimes it's a digital display, sometimes not. But here we can see as well, on this platform, we're at Kujo, it shows the arrow we're going, which is right, and the next stop is Kyoto. So, and luckily, because when you take in one stop, we know it's definitely this one to take. But there's also, different graphics here as well. So it'll show you the whole route, and it shows you the travel times as well. So because we're here, there's not much more you can go south on. That'll be 5 minutes, but all the way at the top, 21 minutes. So it's not a particularly long line. We're talking 26 minutes is the maximum. So another sort of that exposed metal design, which I really like. That's awesome. Let's have a look at the front of the train. Nice sort of like green accent on it. Perfect. Yeah, so far I really like the look of them. Of course, this is the good part, like I say, they're not all the same. So that one is exposed metal design on the outside. Although it wasn't as brushed and polished as others, now that might be just because it hasn't been cleaned in a while, but it might actually just be part of the design. Whereas the last train we were on, I think it was in Kobe, was like a white, almost plastic outside, the way it looked. Yeah, and then when we were in Hiroshima, they didn't have a metro, if you remember. They have a Hiroshima rapid transport system, which is kind of like a metro but with rubber wheels, and that was completely different, but very interesting. Yeah, so tons of different transportation methods here, and they all look very different. Every subway sort of has its own little taste to it, which is nice. And I'm sure you're wondering, guys, Dominic, you look a little extra snazzy this evening, usually just in a t-shirt. What's happening? Well, with all the rain, it's cooled down a little bit, and I was able to put on my Gallivanter hoodie, guys. That's right. If you want a sick drip, there's only one place to go, and that's GallivanterDom. We ship worldwide. So it doesn't matter if whether you're in Japan, or you're in Poland, or you're in Mumbai, if you want to look sick, you want some drip, GallivanterDom. That's all I'm going to say. So if we look up here, you can see where the train currently is. It's between Kunibashi and Jujo, and then soon it'll be coming towards us. And we can see the times there of the expected train, so that's really good. Plenty of information there. I was surprised when I didn't see a digital display at first, but they're just not on that side of the platform. Just come a little bit further up and you'll find more information. Right, so it's just changed, so we can see the train is actually at Jujo now. So when it's on that arrow, that's when it's travelling between stations, but at the minute, it's actually at Jujo. Interesting, so it seems there's actually a refuge section underneath this platform, so if you fall in, get under the gap. This must be a bit of an overhang. Get under there, you'll be safe. Interesting. We just had an alert pop up there as well. Train will approach soon. Watch out for the train. Oh, this one's a different colour. Oh, I like this. Right guys, so a different colour train, I like that. I like variety. I don't like it when everything's all the same. A little bit of colour spices things up a little bit. So we can see here we've got like red benches. It's a really nice wide train, feels even wider than the others, but it might just be my perception. I'm stood in an area that doesn't have any chairs for if you've got a wheelchair or a pram or a stroller. Space for that. You've got your gymnastics ring still, as I always say, all the way along the side. And yeah, plenty of room, really good. And again guys, I say it every time, I'm going to sound like a broken record here in Japan, but it's clean. You'll see absolutely no litter on the floor in this train. Absolutely fantastic. Again, I do feel like the design's quite dated, but this metro did open in the 80s, I believe, so it's probably an original train car and original interior from the 80s that's not been updated, because Japanese people look after things, so it's not needed to be updated in a sense of things wearing down. It just looks a bit dated in design. But we're here at Kyoto Station. And a busy station it is. Right guys, I just saw another train go past there, and it was another colour. And we've got barriers here as well, which we didn't have in the other station, but I suppose because this is a much busier station, probably the busiest on the line, it's good to have those barriers so people don't accidentally get knocked off. Because you can imagine if everyone's crushed in here like sardines, you could easily get knocked off the platform, so extra level of safety and protection there, always a good thing. Right then guys, let's get ourselves out of the station. With Kyoto Tower behind me, I think it's perfect to end that video right there. Hope you've enjoyed seeing the Kyoto Metro. Just a short one, but definitely something interesting to see nonetheless. And I did like the different design of the train cars. Now, if this is the type of video you like, I've got plenty more public transportation videos and metro videos on this channel in Japan, but also in Poland, in India, all over the place. So if that's what you like, guys, stick around because there's plenty more to come. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.